Alright guys, back at the auction. Guess which one of those I got? Well, you can probably tell by the thumbnail, but it's going to be press fit again. I was like, oh, I think those are smaller than my 504, and I measured the width of the rear wheels. It's the same size of the trailer. Oh, and by the way, my truck is running on 7 cylinders. Yeah, so long story short, yesterday I was going to the auction and one of my injector lines blew. So that was great. So what I had to do was essentially bend the line. You can't see because it's behind the air cleaner, but one of the injector lines, I had to break it off and bend it. And it runs to the back of the truck and returns into the fuel tank. But I didn't have a choice because I wasn't paying a late storage fee, and Lord knows how long that replacement injector line is going to be. So anyways, for what you guys clicked on the video for, let's see if we can get that running and driving and pull it on the trailer. Oh, and to make matters worse, the wife gave me strep throat, so you know, that's nice. Would you get out of there? But yeah, bought this sight unseen, but I got it for a really good deal, so I thought, hey, even if it doesn't run for the price I got it at, it was worth it. So, you know, the last time we got a tractor here was the Alice, and that supposedly didn't run, and we got it running. Well, we're gonna do the same with this. First, let's check oil. Oh, it's been brazed. Oh. Well, I guess we could do it this way. Oh boy. Okay, we'll take a break from that and check coolant. Can't see, but I can smell it. Oh yeah, there's coolant in there. So we got that going for us. Oh yeah, I'll give you a quick walk around here quick. Not familiar on it, but she's a Farmall H, narrow front. Never had a narrow front. Tires on it in the pictures. Yeah, I mean, for what I need it for, it's not a big deal. I'm not plowing any fields, so they're not dry rotted all heck. The wheels are actually in pretty decent shape. You can definitely tell it's been repainted. It was a workhorse, and it didn't expect much of it. PTO looks pretty straight, and that's awesome. Definitely has some wear on it. There is gas in the tank, but it's nice, old, and yellow. It's starting to rot out there. I wonder if these are filled or not. Oh, it looks a little wet there. Let's taste it. Yep, it's filled. Great. So my 7 cylinders of Ford, it's gonna love pulling that. Must have points because it still has the ballast resistor on it. Oh yeah, and then here I'll get up to the command center. Does the throttle still work? Oh yeah, that seized. So supposedly this is non-running. It was a part of this gentleman's tractor collection. I'm assuming he passed away, unfortunately. But then there's guys like me that can at least get a tractor out of it. So there's a bright side to everything. Okay, so sorry if I'm not as lively in this video, guys. Like I said, I'm beat. Lady gave me ligma. Let's see if we can check the oil on this, because before I fire it up, assuming I can get it to fire up, I want to make sure there's oil in it. Alrighty. Well, there is oil in it. Reeks of gas, so that's how you know it definitely has starting issues. Doesn't look any milky though, so good thing there's no water in it. Oh, and it's even got a little protector on the cap there. That's nice, because we did get a bunch of rain. Alright, let's get to working on this. I could tell someone really dug into this once, because this isn't original hardware on the tappet cover. And, you know, they did the professional job of respraying the whole thing, belts and all. So, yeah, you could definitely tell you know, this thing was definitely more of a workhorse than a restored unit. I mean, once upon a time it was restored, but once these tractors get so old, it doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, I think I found the problem, and my 504 has the same issue. It's stuck in gear. Not a hard fix. What we're gonna do is man, I don't think I brought a punch. Shoot. What I'm gonna try and do is pop off the shifter, realign the shift forks in there, and then see if we can get it shifting properly. Makes me feel better though that my 504 wasn't the only tractor that has this issue. Alright. Man, this seat's kind of comfy. Yeah guys, I hammered and hammered on that, and unfortunately it's not coming loose. That might need my air chisel at home, but we'll still revive it. I can't do it on the video here because I'm holding the phone in one hand, but I did put tension on this belt and turn this fan, and it did start to turn over. So we do know that the engine isn't seized, which is huge. There's that plate. I'm gonna see if I can at least get it running because I'd like to hear it run. All right, she's hooked up. And I'm guessing this guy? Might need to wiggle those terminals. Oh, she's turning. Alrighty then. Well guys, I got the shifter off and I must say, wow. Also I keep hitting my head on this headlight holder. But yeah, if you look in there, yeah, it's like solid. But you see where the forks are binding up? Gonna try and bring that around, and she's an old age. I think she'll take it. Well, this proves how good of a winch this is, a testament to it. It's just dragging rear tires because it's stuck in gear. And it's stuck in reverse too, which is really rubbing salt in the wounds. Well, this may come as a surprise. Man, I'm beat today, guys. But it turns out when you push the clutch in, it puts the transmission in neutral. Who would have thought? So I'm gonna get a ratchet strap, get this guy to get held down, and then we'll be able to winch it on, God willing. Yep, she's coming to Papa. And just gonna hit the trailer. But we got it moving. Panic attack over. I know I can load this up today. Oh, thank God. Man, things are creaking and banging. It's press fit. This is the 504 all over again. Oh, man. Good enough. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. The hard part isn't even done yet, though. We got to see if 7 cylinders of, well, International 7.3 IDI. I can't pull this home. Lord knows this thing can. It's stuck in reverse, and we're actually going to let off that clutch now, and we're going to put it back in gear, so if the straps let loose, hopefully the tractor can hold itself. But man, look at that. 504 was the same story. Just press fit. I could have slid these in a little more, but anyone that's done that knows how much of a pain that is. Oh man, we got her though, boys. We got her. It's an hour ahead of the auction closing too. Getting good at this auction stuff. Unfortunately, I bent the tin on the front here a little bit, but nothing a little hammer and flat surface can't fix. And you know this tractor is a repeating offender because, you know, it's got auction numbers there. It's got the number from this auction right here, and there's probably a million other numbers somewhere hidden on it that probably got painted over. Hey guys, drop in the comments below. I could see that there's like this bar that's been welded all along here. Is that a repair to a leaking rim, or obviously something got busted, but tell me what usually causes that. Thank you. And I guess while we're here, we can check out this cute little 012. Like an orchard tractor or something. It doesn't got the fenders, but crank start. I did bid on this, but of course the numbers went up astronomically, and I don't blame it because it looks like definitely a collector tractor. Tiniest 4-banger I've ever seen. Someone really cared about this. I think this came from the same collection Aldi's did, from the guy I bought that H from. Huh. Now deep down, I really wanted that 560, but there's just no way I could fit that on my trailer. But if I'm gonna get a bigger tractor someday, that's probably it right there. Let's see if it had the rear end fixed at all. They usually put a stamp on the VIN, or VIN, whatever they call it for tractors, whenever they fix them, if you know what I'm talking about. So these have a 460 rear end, and I guess I'm not seeing it on there, but all the hydraulics are in the way. Oh, there's a triangle there. I think that's it right there. Yep, so this has had the rear end beefed up by International, oh, ages ago. Alrighty, let's go back home and hope my truck makes it. This dude had a lot of sweet tractors though. Oh, alright. Now we got that pile, the crown jewel. Alright guys, here we go. Wish me luck. 7 cylinders of International Ford power. Please get me home. I got about a 60-mile drive. My favorite spot of this drive, right here. Like, that is like textbook Americana farm right there. I love it. I mean, where I live, it's Flatlander, but man, around here, beautiful by the Mississippi. The old 7-cylinder Ford, you know, I'm giving her all she's got. I took the less hilly route on the way home, and she'll do it. It just required, yeah, like I'm wide open in fourth and we're losing power, and these IDIs are already gutless as it is, but it's fine. We'll get home. Well folks, figured I'd get out and check my load. I've probably driven about roughly 30 miles so far. Okay, looks like this winch is a little bit looser. That's to be expected. Honestly, not that worried about it. I'll probably just hook it up to the jump pack and tighten it up anyways. Yeah, the H, I mean, it's literally press fit in, so I'm sure that helps too. Yeah, she looks solid. Give her a little doot, and we'll get back on the road. And I will say though, if there's one thing I've started to get pretty good at today, it's floating gears. Upshifts and downshifts. Still working on fourth. Let's see if we can do fourth. Usually I grind that one. Oh yeah, like a hoss. Alright, we got her home safe and sound. Chickens are just all about it. Ain't that right, General Bumbow? Oh, I wonder if any went in my truck. Good haul, honestly. 7 cylinders, totally fine. Let me just get my, trash cleared out here. You know how it goes in these old things. Well guys, here we are at home, safe and sound. And this starter is doing what I did at the, I almost said junkyard. It kind of is. Auction yard, where it's just going, wow. I even put a straight 14 volts into it from the Camry straight to the starter. Still got nothing. So we're going to pop this guy on off. We're going to bench test it and see if that makes a difference. But I'm guessing the brushes need to be cleaned up or something. Because, I mean, there's not a lot of resistance. I was able to turn this over by hand and it turned just fine. No resistance whatsoever. But the starter is struggling. So I already tested my grounds and whatnot. They're fine. So let's get the starter on off. 3/4 inch bolt here. This is a 2-hand job. Oh, finally time to bust out the flashlight. Come on, sweetheart. Man, it's like the one in the Cornet. Okay. All right, let's put this straight to 14 volts and see what happens. Were these 6-volt originally? I don't really care, but it had a 12-volt battery in it, so whatever. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh. Maybe she doesn't have enough oomph to bring the tractor around. Because like I said, I turned it by hand and it felt pretty good. Well, alright. Maybe we just had to knock some of that corrosion off the brushes there. Getting her to spin up. I'm just going to get her to spin up a little bit more here. Old Delco Remy. Anyways, let's try on the tractor now. Alright, phase 2 of Farmall H Revival. Clutches in neutral. Yeah, I'd say the starter needs some going through. I'm gonna press on this belt and try and turn it over by hand just to make sure it's not getting caught up on something. Yeah, she turns over by hand. It must be that starter. Not a big deal. I still have faith that it runs. What we'll probably end up doing is pull starting it with the 504 when the time comes, before I even bother getting a starter for it. And I'm gonna pop these off here, and I'm actually gonna unclog that transmission. Yeah, it's just disgusting. Look at that. Poor thing is gonna need a diesel soak, but I'll let you guys know I picked this up for 480 bucks. I will take it. I got it cheaper than my Alice Chalmers B. And we might be replacing this with the Alice Chalmers B, because Alice Chalmers B is the wife's tractor, but she said she wants this tractor now, so we just got to start with baby steps here. Let's get her running. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit longer. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow on working on this thing more. The sun's setting and my eyes are setting. I need to go to bed. Oh, before I go, because you know, ADHD, I thought I'd check the fuel tank, and yeah, she's pretty brown, but we'll work with that. I'm not worried about it. But one cool little mod that an old timer did who had this before was, you see that right there? If you're not familiar with what that is, that's essentially a little higher fuel pickup. It just helps filter out sediment. So if you got a rustier tank or something, you don't have to worry about picking up as much junk. And you can tell in there it's definitely rusty, but I've seen worse, so that's pretty awesome. Maybe we won't have silly fuel clogging up the sediment bowl issues unlike my other tractors. That's pretty awesome. Well, I don't know what to say, guys. I just pulled it off the trailer. I charged the battery and threw it back on. I thought for giggles I'd give it a hit. And we're getting something. Might have to play with the choke a little bit here, though. The feeling it's pretty old, too, so... Oh. And it's dripping something. I see it's leaking fuel out of somewheres. Well, we'll shut this off for now. Gosh, that fuel smells horrible, but that's awesome. You know, it runs. It was going pop, 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 pop. I'd be more expression in it, but I can barely talk right now because, you know, sick. Well, I wiped up the leak, but for the life of me, I can't find it. I think it's only when it's drawing does it actually, you know, overflow or something. So maybe otherwise it's sucking up fuel, but it can't burn it, so it's what's the word, flooding. So I'm gonna do the forbidden thing and spray this in the intake a little bit, and hopefully that'll warm up the engine enough to get it to run on this horrible fuel. I won't spray it on this too long though. I think it could take it, but I know I'm gonna take some people off when I do that, so I'll just do it a little bit. That's a good way to end your day. Just a little bit of starting fluid. That's all these revivals need. Just give it a little sniff and it'll wake her right on up. And I was wrong. It's stuck in first gear, which is weird. I thought it was reverse, but oh well. Anyways, would have been nice if it did that at the auction yard, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's take her for a little rip around the yard. Yeah, these things are light. Hear that gearbox is dry though. Yeah, that gearbox, man, I should be a country singer when I'm sick, but that gearbox sounded really groany. So for now, we're just gonna ease it around just a little bit, not drive it too long, but I work so hard on this, I want to see it at least drive. Come on, sweetheart. There she is. Loving that old fuel. You can tell we got oil pressure. Alright, let's try these brakes. Oh, turn on a dime. Turns on a dime. Oh, she's sweating oil too. I think the seal for the filter on top here is bad, but there's enough oil in there. I know it will keep running for a bit, so we'll drive it around the yard a little bit longer and then layer up for fixing. Well, you can definitely tell the timing's off if you watch the air cleaner intake, because it's literally backfiring back out the intake and lifting it up and down. Watch this. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least we knew it had oil in the air bath filter, so I guess there's a bright side to that. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video, even though I was sick and my voice is off. I'm going to be working on this more, getting it dialed, and hopefully we'll actually get some work done with it soon here. So expect more of the H on the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of the H on the channel, and y'all have a good one.